Welcome to the show, everyone. We are back in action yet again. Unfortunately, we had a little scheduling problem there in February, but we're back here in March, getting it going again. What are you laughing at, man?
Nothing. I'm good. I feel good.
You feel good today?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Today it's nighttime, brother. We're like vampires.
You're a vampire.
Oh yeah.
What kind of vampire are you?
The glittery kind from Twilight.
You know what, man? I don't want to talk to you anymore.
It's the only kind to be. You know what I mean? The ladies love that shit. They don't want to see no,
Interview with a vampire.
pale, ugly, vampire. They want to see the glitter.
Tom Cruise. Interview with a vampire.
Brad Pitt.
Yeah?
Yeah.
There you go.
That's a sexy dude.
There you go, man.
He's
Absolutely.
still sexy.
Yeah.
So anytime I think down about myself, about going to the gym or stuff like that, I look at like Mark Wahlberg, Brad Pitt, those guys. They're way older than I am, and they look fantastic.
Yeah, but they got celebrity trainers. Like their image is their.
You have a celebrity trainer.
I don't have a celebrity trainer.
Connor's well known.
Well known for this part. This part's of South Jersey or Atlantic or Anytime Fitness.
Yeah.
So, anyway, let's just shake that off a little bit, man. We just had I had a long day at work.
Me too.
You too.
Me too.
So we are doing this a little bit differently now. We are scheduling this after work. So, which comes into the main topic, but we're going to be talking about that a little bit later. So we got to do a few things. Like I said, we started last time. First, bro check. Make sure. Look, you come prepared.
So I'm gonna take this a little bit more serious.
Yes.
Is it seriously or serious?
However you want to take it.
Anyway, so I put some thought into this because usually I just go off the top, but now
come prepared.
Yeah. So the bro check.
Yeah.
So the way that I'm looking at it now is every day. So every day I wake up, I'm looking at it. It's another opportunity to be happy, right?
Yeah.
So if you get the blessing from God to survive, wake up and explore another day, you should be happy. Why would you want to walk around and be miserable when you have no idea if you're going to get another one of these, right?
Absolutely. So you're pretty much like count your blessings. Basically, just look at it. We'll break it down even further. Like I've got eyes. I can open up and see the world. Yeah. I've got a mouth. I can breathe. I've got hands, fingers, and toes. Some people don't even have those things that don't. Like, I'm being serious here, man. Some people are blind. Some people are deaf.
It was the hands and toes thing for me.
Well, no, yeah. I'll break it down even further.
Yeah.
There are people that I follow on Instagram that served in the military and lost their legs, lost their arms, lost their eyes, things like that, in the military. And they are doing more things that I've ever done in my life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's a little bit inspiring and motivating. And it kind of like, it's like a self-check to myself. Like, I have everything. What am I doing with myself? You know what I'm saying?
You got everything? I mean, nobody has everything.
Well, I have.
You don't have hair.
Yes, I don't have hair on the top of my head.
You don't have hair on the top of your head.
Coming from the person that does have hair, that wears hats all the time.
Well, it's cold outside, my friend. And it's windy as shit out, so I got big ears. I got to tuck these bad boys in or I'll become a kite.
I was going to say, you get kited here?
Oh, yeah. As soon as I walked out of work today, when the wind hit me, before I had my beanie on, I was almost on the roof.
Yeah, crazy.
But yeah, no, I didn't mean to laugh at that.
No, absolutely.
I didn't mean to laugh at the no toes and phalanges thing.
Well,
as soon as you spun
I did that.
As soon as you spun it to veterans that lost it in the war, then I felt like an asshole, right? I thought of somebody losing a toe from like diabetes or something.
Well, that's true too, man. I mean,
yeah, no, I know. It's
but
just funny.
But that goes on top of it. Like, what are we doing with ourselves every day?
Yeah.
That we are able to do, take care of ourselves.
You ever see that dude Zion?
Zion?
Yeah, he was born with no legs. And he does MMA now. He was doing wrestling.
I think I did see him.
Yeah.
I think
I'll send you his link.
Yeah. Send that to me and all that stuff, man. But no, like I said, there's quite a few people that I do follow.
Yeah.
I used to or still occasionally do listen to Jocko podcast, and he has he's a retired military veteran, everything, Navy SEAL, all that stuff, and he has people on his show that have sacrificed a lot of things for the country, and they're brothers in arms and so on and everything like
wounded
that. Warriors, absolutely.
Yeah.
And these guys, their stories are all inspiring in a sense of what they're doing with their lives and all that stuff, even though that their lives have changed. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're still getting after it, even though that they don't have legs or arms or eyes. You know what I'm saying? Like, like I have arms and legs, eyes, all that stuff, lungs, everything. What am I doing with my life? Am I getting, everything out of life that I can?
Yeah. Every day you wake up, like I was saying, are you appreciating the fact that you have all those things?
Counting your blessings, basically.
We take a lot of shit for granted, obviously. You know what I mean?
Yes, we do.
If you've had something your whole life, you don't know what it's like not having it.
Absolutely. You know what I mean? That's exactly. So, and that's something that we'll definitely get in touch with later on in another couple episodes. I do have planned out for the haves and have-nots and people overcoming adversity and making it big.
Yeah.
So
yeah, basically that bro check is what it was like.
So the bro check is for yourself.
Yeah.
Look in the mirror, check yourself, check on your bros too.
Right.
And your girls.
Yeah.
Girls have girlfriends, guy friends, so on and so forth, man. If you haven't heard from somebody in a long time, maybe they're going through something, but if you think about them, it takes 30 seconds, shoot them a text message, be like, "Yo, man, just thinking about you. How you doing?" Stuff like that. That could go a long way, man.
Yeah, no, it definitely can.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Definitely can. So,
yeah. So
other than that, that's my bro check. Every day I'm just trying to appreciate that I'm here again. So why be miserable when you could be happy? Right?
It's very hard to do, especially this day and age. But like I said, and you said, you got to count your blessings. Just start with the small things at first.
Yeah. Yep.
And then just build from there.
And the worst thing is to allow other people to dictate your happiness throughout the day.
Oh yeah.
Right. It's hard to do. A lot of people piss us off, and then we're in a bad mood for the rest of the day. You're allowing that person to waste your day of being alive. You're letting them navigate, right? Your mental health that day. You can't give people that much power over you. You know
exactly.
what I mean?
And that's the problem. We're very emotional people. Yeah. And that's one of the things we are going to be talking about, emotions and everything that we have and go through on a daily basis, in a sense.
Right.
So let's keep this going.
Yeah.
And now we're going into
shout out.
Absolutely. That's right. Thanks for keeping me on track, man.
I wrote it down.
Lost it in my mind.
I wrote it down. It's late. I figured we would need some assistance.
We do need assistance.
Yeah.
Especially I'm getting older and everything.
You want to go first with the shout out? Usually I go.
Who goes first?
Who's older?
You are.
All right. So my shout out is for not one in particular person, but it's a group of people. It's basically survivors. I know it sounds corny, but anyone who's going through some sort of disease or condition, or they lost a family member, anyone that is a survival, pretty much. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No.
And, I myself have Crohn's disease, so I know what it's like to, every day deal with that.
Yeah. And, that's a struggle alone in itself.
Yeah. And not to, I don't need any sympathy, but most of the time when I'm interacting with people, my stomach's hurting, and that's just, I live with it every day, and I survive every day. So people that are going through stuff like that, you know what I mean? Like this guy said, people that are missing phalanges.
Well, when you say it like that, phalanges.
They're survivors. They're surviving.
They're surviving, man.
With a missing toe, a missing finger, missing hair, you know, missing.
And those guys, those people, men and women, are thriving.
Yeah.
I'm just surviving over here with no hair. I'm just surviving with no hair.
You look good without any hair, though, man. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
But yeah, so, you know, people that are overcoming obstacles in their life, that's who I want to give a shout out to. Because you're not alone. Everything that you're going through, somebody else is going through that same exact thing, right?
Absolutely.
We're never truly alone.
No, absolutely.
So.
And that's part of this podcast, is to show people out there that you're not alone, man. You know, we're all going through stuff, and reach out to people, man. Yeah. Absolutely. You don't have to go through struggle alone. And that's still, that's yet again, builds onto our main topic here in a second. But let me do my shout out here.
Go ahead.
This one's a little bit funny. This one's a little, it's a little complicated. A little complicated here. But so last episode, I did a shout out for my man Chris Hurst.
Yeah. My boy.
And I had mentioned the word bromance. You know how much crap I got for that?
From him?
No, not at all. He's like, oh man, thanks for the shout out, blah, blah, blah. He was all cool and hyped up and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But my shout out today is for my man, Tommy Rivera. Oh, well, see, that's what I'm saying. That is how he is. Like, he's like,
a nervous wreck.
No. He's not a nervous wreck. He's not a nervous wreck. But he has gone through some stuff in his personal life.
Yeah.
You know, which we all go through. Yeah. And my perspective is, if it's not good at home, it's not good anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I do know a little bit about his personal life and everything that's going on. And all I got to say right now, he's in a really good place.
Yeah.
And he's turned it around, man. He's very, very cool dude, man.
Good.
And he's been very supportive of me and in the job that I do. We work together as a team and everything. Mm-hmm. And man, he's just got my back all the time. And I always got his back too, man.
Yeah.
It was a little rough at first. I was going through some personal stuff. He was going through some personal stuff. Yeah. But we keep it moving, man. We keep it going. We all got each other's backs and all that stuff and everything, man. And really, to be honest with you, I bromanced with him before Chris Hurst.
So you're cheating on him with him.
I'm just saying.
What was all that 1 in a million talk you were telling me about Hurst?
I got a lot of bromancing going on here.
So you're a bro whore.
Yeah, absolutely. I give a lot of hugs out to people, man.
I could see it.
Give a lot of hugs out to people.
Yeah.
Give them a lot of love, because that's what we need, man. We need some love.
The more love you give, the more you'll get back, right?
Absolutely, and I can see that.
And even try to love your enemies. You know what I mean?
I give more love to my enemies more than ever, because they're struggling. They're struggling, brother.
They are.
They don't understand it and they don't see it.
Yeah.
But I see they're struggling.
Right.
And there's a lot of potential in, I wouldn't say my enemies. They're just lost and misguided. Yeah. That's what I got to say. They're not enemies.
That. Yeah. I like that.
I don't hate them. I don't hate anybody, because hate's a strong thing, man. But like those guys, they're just lost. They're just lost on their path. Yeah. And they're trying to make it way. Maybe they'll, maybe they'll find it. But again, like myself and you and other people, maybe we're a light in their darkness. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we're the light that we are, how we are. Maybe that's something that they see in their life, and maybe
they don't have that and they envy it.
Well, maybe they'll be drawn toward it. And yes. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Maybe eventually they will. Maybe they will see the light in the path. Yeah. In the dark path, man. And hopefully we could just keep being that example to everyone, man. Yeah. Not just to them, but to everyone. So. Yeah. But man, me and Rivera, we bromanced before. So. Yeah.
That's good.
We've gone hiking, we've done a lot of things and all that stuff, man.
Yeah.
So
No, that's
went to
good.
the gun range, all that stuff, man.
No,
So
I wish him the best. You know, we want to see everybody do good, man.
Yeah,
especially people we work with. You're there side by side with these guys and gals.
Yeah.
And it's important to care about each other, look after each other, because no one else is going to do it for us.
Yeah, man.
Right?
That's the thing. So
you got to look at each other like family when you're doing the profession that we do.
Yeah. So you have anything else before we jump right into the topic?
I'm going to add a goal of the week. So my goal.
Ooh.
Yeah. I told you about this earlier when you weren't paying attention to me.
No, you did say it. I just totally forgot.
Yeah.
Old age, buddy. I just got older.
Yeah. You got a lot of things on your mind, you know?
A lot of bromancing.
A lot of bromancing going on. I didn't know about any of this. I'm a little jealous.
What do you mean? I bromance with you all the time, brother.
But they're not here with us right now.
That's right. That's all I got to say.
Okay. The goal of the week is to go a pay period without calling out. You know what I mean? I got 2 more days to accomplish my goal.
That's good, man. Yeah. Man, that's good. Whew. That's tough. That's a tough goal, man.
In our profession, it is tough to get through a work week without calling out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? But we'll dive into that once you kick it off and whatever. So that's my goal of the week. You got a goal for the week?
I do, man. I actually do have a goal for the week, and that is to take 1 hour a day, to go to the gym for myself.
Yeah.
For myself.
To look good in a shirt. Step Sergeant.
What's wrong with my shirt, man? Oh.
I love it. I think it's beautiful. It's great. I like it.
Everyone can see that there. Yeah. And so this is a little inside joke.
Okay.
With my man, Chris Hurst.
Yeah.
Okay. And also my other friend, Bruton.
Oh.
Actually, The Wiz.
The Wiz.
They call him The Wiz. We're going with The Wiz. He was actually on the podcast here back with Freddie back in the day with The Wiz. Mm-hmm. I forget what the episode that was. I should have had that written down already. You know, I'm a little slacking here on the preparation.
It's late.
Here, buddy.
It's late. We're trying something new.
It is, man. It is. A little frazzled from the work day and all that stuff.
All.
Work week. It's actually my Friday, so now into my days off and all that stuff. So, but yeah, man. So it was a little gag with them. So I wanted to show support to them. Like, hey, man, got you these shirts. Yeah. They both liked it and they laughed.
So it was a gag for all of you guys?
So I got it myself too because I thought it was funny and I'm sharing support for these guys. Like, hey, I understand what you're going through. Yeah,
you guys gagged each other.
We're done with the bromancing. No more bromancing with you, buddy. No more bromancing. We're done.
Yeah.
A little too much for you.
We ready?
All right. So let's deep dive into this. Going on top of the emotional side of things and everything else. So we are going to talk about what we do for a living. And we're going to tiptoe around a little few things because of policies and stuff like that. So we're trying not to offend anyone. We're trying not to get in trouble at work. And we've done that so far, doing the things that we do. And staying away from all this stuff. But it's come to a time to where quite a few people, they're like, hey, man, what do you do for work? Blah, blah, blah. Can you talk about it? Can you talk about anything? Can you show us some type of light and all this stuff? And so took it upon myself today to kind of create this show to kind of like give a little, I guess, deep dive into what we kind of do a little bit. It's very weird and awkward conversation kind of in a sense, but we're gonna do the best we can with this. Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So Ronnie and myself, we do work in law enforcement. We do work for a local department here in New Jersey. We're not going to go any further than that. But talking about law enforcement, talking about emotions, talking about how we feel and everything, that has an effect of what we do on a day-to-day basis with our our lives, our personal lives, and our family members as well. It's very straining for our family members and friends that do not know what we do or what we feel or experience on a daily basis. I mean, you could Google all you want. You could watch all the reality TV shows, movies, and all that stuff. Some of that stuff can actually capture some of the things that we actually do.
Yeah.
In a sense.
And some of it exaggerates it a little bit.
Yes. Well, that's, movie and productions and all that other stuff too.
It's we're not as bad as the movies make us seem. That's what I've noticed.
Yes, there isn't really movies or shows or anything else like that has put law enforcement in a good light, in a sense. And
nobody likes us, bro. That's why.
No one likes law enforcement until they need help.
Yeah.
And who do they call? They're calling us.
Right. Yeah.
Anything that goes on in their life, any type of problem or anything else like that, are calling law enforcement. And we are looked at in the public. For me, this is my perspective.
Yeah.
This is how I view law enforcement in general. We are pretty much to protect, serve the public, as well as counsel and help. And, stop the evil, lock them up pretty much.
Yeah.
Hold them until their time in the court and let justice do its thing, man. Unfortunately, sometimes I feel the justice system is broken in a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But, that's the society and the world we live in. And I got to say, too, is like the world that we live in America here in New Jersey is a hell of a lot better than some of these other countries.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So
it's the greatest country in the world.
Absolutely. Right? We have so many freedoms.
Right.
And if no one believes the freedoms that we have, go to another country.
Right.
And experience those things.
We have so much freedom that you can dress as a woman and go into a female's restroom.
Nah. Stop it. We're stopping
Not anymore.
We're stopping that, man. We are stopping that. That is...
Daddy Trump came through. Not to get political, but there are certain things that there is no compromise with.
Yeah,
and man. A grown man following a young girl into
that is sick.
Female restroom.
That is absolutely sick, man. That is
not okay.
That is sick. That is demented.
Right.
And that's the thing, though. Like, we have to deal with that. We have to deal with that person.
Right.
We have to deal with that person in the capacity of work that we deal with.
Without showing our personal feelings towards it.
We can't show any type of personal feelings toward that person and the charges that they are or that they do have, or alleged. We'll say alleged because everyone is innocent until proven guilty. Now, they are in jail. They're in jail because they would be considered like a flight risk when not showing up to court. That's why they're being housed in jail. That is one of the answers that someone asked me. Oh, why is everyone in jail? Well, that's why. To hold them accountable to go to court.
Right.
Because the legal system would say that their charges or alleged charges against them are so egregious or heinous in a sense to where that person might disappear. And then there would be no accountability for that. So jail is, in a sense, to hold people accountable for their crimes, right?
Right. Yes.
Is that pretty good?
100%.
Okay. Yeah, just keep me in check if I go a little bit crazy off here, because I'm like...
I know it's a passionate conversation because this
is very passionate, brother.
This is what we do, right?
I know, man.
And, we see things that normal people don't see. So,
yeah, man.
This isn't, you're not a lawyer, you're not a banker, you're not working inside a office building with computers, doing stuff like that. We are dealing with some of the worst people you can possibly come across.
Oh, absolutely.
And we have to be able to turn it on and turn it off.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Every single person we deal with, hundreds of people every single day.
Absolutely.
Different charges, different personalities, different backgrounds, different everything.
Absolutely.
You have to learn how to turn it on, turn it off, be this person, be that person. And at the end of your shift, remember to be yourself, right?
Yes, absolutely.
And that's a lot of people find that very, very difficult to understand and to handle. You know?
And that's the thing for me in the beginning stages of my career. So this goes out to the new hires, I'll say, in my department, or we'll say any other law enforcement department. It is very hard to do what we do on a daily basis and then turn that off.
Right.
It's hard. It takes time to condition yourself, in a sense, to be able to do that and to, interact in the world, to interact, with your family and your friends, not in a capacity in law enforcement and stuff. There is right now, I could tell you, there is a lot of men that I work with that are going through some personal matters as of divorce and stuff. Myself personally, I've gone through a divorce, and it's been a struggle for me to hold a relationship now because of what I deal with at work. And that's the thing. It's like me personally, I see about over maybe 300 people a day, all different personalities, all different charges and crimes. And I have to look at them in the eye, hear their complaint, and handle whatever situation it is. At the same time, too, I also have to deal with people trying to kill themselves or people trying to kill other people.
Right.
We have to deal with that. Yeah. We have to deal with the murderers and rapists and the gang members and the drug addicts and the mental health. The key thing here is the mental health, man. There is so many people in this world with mental health problems, and especially us too, man. I guess we develop some type of mental health habit, in a sense, in decompartmentalizing a few things. Yeah. Having to deal with death and addiction, and like I said, dealing with people and knowing their charges, allegedly, it's
I don't like to know their charges.
I know.
I don't want because when I deal with people in that environment, I treat them human. I talk to them with respect, right? I don't want their charges to change the way I treat them.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So I'd rather not know their charges. Right? Yeah. And base our interaction off of the respect that they're giving me and I'm giving them, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then that's it. Keep it moving, short conversation, peaceful, and on to the next.
Absolutely. And that's the thing. For the longest time, I didn't want to know their charges and do the same thing and treat everyone. But it took me a little bit until I did have to, where I was at, I was in a position to where I was the first person interacting with that person at the time. I was reading all of their charges. Yeah. I was seeing it in the newspaper and the news. Like, it came to a time to where, I stopped watching the news. I stopped reading the newspaper. I stopped a lot of those things because that's all I would see is continuously see work, hear about work. Yeah. And then that just kind of drove me mad a little bit because I get a little crazy with conspiracy theories and, I
love conspiracy theories.
Man. Yeah, we'll get into that. We're going to get into that one, man. But we're keeping on this one. We're keeping on emotional strength and everything, dealing with in a law enforcement capacity and everything. But I really had to read a person's charges because I had to know what I had to deal with this person in the next moment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Being in that position. And man, those were some really, really dark days.
Yeah. People don't realize how hard it is to see someone, know what they're in here for, but treat them with respect.
Yeah, man.
Because it's also, like we said, innocent till proven guilty.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what the paper says, nothing is perfect in the world. Our government, our justice system, nobody. There are some mistakes. There's been some innocent people facing heavy charges.
Absolutely.
Can you imagine what they feel like? And I try to think about that. That's why I'd rather not know the charge.
Exactly.
I'd rather not get into it. It's all about what can I do for you? And that type of interaction that's as far as I want to take it.
Absolutely.
Right.
You know, that's really big, man.
Yeah. Small talk to and from when you're dealing with that person.
Absolutely.
That goes a long way as well.
Absolutely. Right? Yeah, man.
You know, if there's football on, if you're going to be with that individual for, let's say, 5-10 minutes going to and from somewhere or dealing with them all day in the area. Yeah. Normal conversation if you have to interact with them. Absolutely. And it goes a long way. It breaks the ice. It makes you look more human, and then they're more comfortable around you. It lowers the violence. It lowers the tension. You know
absolutely.
What I mean?
And that's the thing. Like, a lot of people look at us, like you said, being in uniform, they already hate us. Yeah, and they don't even know us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, it's funny that, and even your own people in uniform hate you.
Oh, despise you.
I had a tough time when I first started.
Yeah.
I had people there who really disliked me, and they never even spent 5 minutes with me.
Exactly.
Right? And that's a hard thing to deal with when you're new in a dangerous profession like that.
Oh, yeah.
Just dealing with the danger and the stress alone is a handful.
Mm-hmm.
Now imagine people that are there that are supposed to help you and be your brother. You have to deal with them not liking you and them treating you bad and differently. And that affected me for a long time. It affected me. I felt alone. I was really, the first couple of years there, it was difficult. I felt really alone, like I didn't fit, like I didn't belong. And when you have people there that are in position of power and you know that they don't like you and for absolutely no reason, no valid reason, it's a lonely career, man.
Yeah, so that's the thing, though. Like, somebody's word in our working environment goes a long way. Yeah. Okay? On all sides. You know what I'm saying? When someone is true to their word, like, that is, like, you know, back in the day when they say word is bond. That's it, man. Your word is bond. Yeah. A lot of people don't do that anymore or think of that, or, you know, I'm just old school or old where handshake goes a long way. Right. And talking to people and saying or doing what you actually say. That's a big thing, man. Mm-hmm. That is a big thing. Your word. If you go back on your word or you don't follow through with something that you're saying or doing or going to do, absolutely nothing, man. It's you're worthless pretty much in a sense. Yeah. Unfortunately. You know,
and you know, I'm not asking to be friends, you know, and there was somebody had said something one time there, and they said, I don't have friends. I'm just friendly.
Okay.
That's a lonely way to spend your career.
No.
You have to have friends.
I get that, but I understand that person's point of view and perspective is like, I don't care about anybody else. I'm just here for me to collect a paycheck in a sense and go about my business. Like no one matters here to me. I'm just here to do my thing, and that's it. Look, good. That's cool. Right. I respect that.
It's a way to that's fine. It's a way to be. I get it.
Yeah.
It's got to be lonely. It has to be very, you know.
I wonder if that person still has that same perspective, or maybe they've changed.
I don't know.
Maybe at first that's like that because no one really knows each other. Law enforcement is like an alpha male, like, oh, I'm better than you, I'm bigger than you, and all this other stuff, and I've got a bench pressing challenge, and I could bench press more than you. Like,
the problem with that is they think they're alpha males, but they're really beta males. Right?
Yes.
There's nothing worse than a beta male trying to act like an alpha male.
Well,
right?
that goes into the ego.
Yeah.
In a sense, there is a lot of ego in law enforcement.
Our profession, there is.
And I get it because we have to uphold the law. And there are points in times where people will challenge us. They will challenge us all the time.
Yeah, we get challenged daily.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
so you got to puff up your chest. You got to perform. You got to be a certain way.
Yeah.
To hold your ground and to get respect.
Absolutely.
I understand. You have to have an ego. It's almost like if you're an athlete and you're a superstar, football player, basketball player, whatever, you have to have some sort of ego.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? It's what you do with that ego, though.
That's the thing. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people can be like, I know it all. I'm the best of the best. And that's it.
Yeah.
And I do see a lot of that stuff. And at the same time, too, a lot of people do, like, here's the other part of the ego is like, I want to be the best.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's me. My perspective is like, I want to be the best. I don't know everything, but I'm willing to learn.
Yeah.
I want to grow. Like, not to say that, if it's not broken, don't fix it, but let's upgrade it.
There's always improvement.
Let's upgrade.
You can never say, I don't need any more improvement.
Yeah.
No way. From the day until you're gone.
Yep.
You are improving constantly, right?
Yeah, man.
And even when you die, you're still improving. You're leaving here and you're going somewhere.
Yeah, you're on to the next part of.
Yeah. Unless you go to hell, then you're definitely not improving. You know what I mean?
Whatever this journey is.
Wherever this journey takes you. If it's hell, you're not improving. Well, you go to hell because you haven't improved. So if you want to go to heaven, you better improve.
So we're getting a little spiritual here, and that's another thing too with connecting our emotions. So here's the thing. Connecting these emotions, and this main topic is emotional survival in law enforcement. Okay, that is our main topic. Yeah. Why? Because our emotions drive us on a daily basis. When we feel good, we do good in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Like when I feel good, I'm like, man, I'm going to accomplish everything today and all that stuff. Yeah. I'm going to go to gym. I'm going to do this, get all these things accomplished and all that stuff. And then when I don't feel good, I don't want to get nothing done. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like I just want this day to be over to have a restart in a sense. Yes. So, and that's the thing, like I have been dealing with recently. So myself, I just turned 43. Okay. And normally, like for the longest time growing up, I didn't really care about my birthday. I didn't care about it. It was a day. I'm not really like a center of attention type person. Like I'm a very shy person growing up and all that stuff. Like I've had like a complex, all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think I was, attractive looking when I was younger. No, I'll be honest with you. Like,
I'm sorry. I don't know what that feels like because I've been sexy my whole life. So it's funny to me when somebody sits across from me and they think they're ugly.
Well, like, what is that? I'm not saying
that's madness, bro. I could never wake up thinking that. You know,
I'm not saying no.
I'm just playing.
I know you're playing. Yeah. I'm not saying I was ugly. Like I didn't approve of myself. That's the thing. Like self-approval.
You had low self-esteem.
Low self-esteem because I had an image inside. Like I had growing up in the 90s. Watching Bloodsport, like these guys are in amazing shapes,
and your body didn't look like Jean-Claude Van
not even
Damme.
close.
No, it looked like his biker friend.
So that, in a sense, maybe that scarred me. Or at the same time, too, seeing Arnold Schwarzenegger, like, man, I want to be that person. But at the same time, too, it's like I didn't look like him, so I beat myself down. You know what I'm saying? So that was a little mentality like on myself. Like I didn't approve of myself at that time. And it took years, man. It took years for me to, overcome that. And, I still hold my back. I still hold myself back sometimes in a sense. Like I'm still hard on myself, but at the same time too, it's like, well, if I'm not hard on myself, well, who else is going to be? Like, I don't have a drill instructor. I don't have this. And at the same time too, so now I have a trainer. Yeah. And he's hard on me. Right. So, you know what I'm saying?
It's only to benefit you in the end.
Exactly.
because you like this whole, like the topic, we're in survival mode every day.
Yeah, man.
Right. So how do you survive through this?
Yeah.
What are they doing every day? They're eating, sleeping, and working out.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And it's this is a young man's game.
You have to match that energy.
Oh, absolutely, man.
With equal or more energy.
Absolutely.
Right. So what do we have to do? We have to do the same thing.
Absolutely.
Right? Take care of your body, eat good, make sure you sleep, get on a schedule, a routine. And that's you being in survival mode.
Absolutely, man.
The ones that are every day, they're drinking soda, they're eating
beer,
fast food,
all that stuff, man.
Beer after work. They just beer. But, I mean, they are not going to seek longevity.
So
with that type of lifestyle.
So here's the breakdown for that. That is the easy gratification. That is the simple, easy gratification to make them somewhat feel better in that moment. But long term, it's hurting them.
They're really numbing themselves.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
And a lot of people do that in law enforcement.
Yeah.
Because of the emotional strain that we deal with every day. We are emotionally strained every day, man.
Yeah.
And it's, that's like taxing on somebody. And I could see why people quit. People quit law enforcement, or they just stop trying and they just go through the motions and just collect a paycheck and just get it on. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, it's difficult in a sense, man. It's hard.
And I could see why people quit being in relationships with those people, right?
Oh, absolutely, man.
I mean, I can only imagine the people on the other side that are trying to talk to us, trying to get into our head. When they're sitting next to us, they feel like they're sitting next to a stranger. Because there's times where we're thinking about some dark shit that we've seen.
Absolutely.
Right? And they could never understand because they're not in that world. Right?
Absolutely. And that's, you hit the nail on the head right there.
Yeah.
It's like being in a crowded room and feeling alone in a sense. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's because, I've told a lot of people, it's like, you don't know the darkness I've seen in man, general human beings. Like it's dark out there. It is a dark world. And that's the thing. Like I look at it as, in a sense, is that we live and work in a gutter in a sense, because have you ever cleaned your gutters in your house? They're kind of stained. Right. Like when you clean them, they're like stained. Yeah. In a sense, we are kind of stained because of dealing with that and dealing with the evil in the world in a sense. And, it changes our perspective on a lot of things, on life and relationships. And, it's just extremely tough, man. Yeah, and,
it can change you. It can change who you are. That's why a lot of people once they retire, they try to find themselves. Yeah. They try to find the person that they were before they started this career.
Yeah, man.
Right. And you can only hope that person is there waiting for you once you don't have to go back there. Right. You kind of find that person that you were before you were damaged by all of this.
But that also goes into a thing of like, being in law enforcement is kind of like an identity. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like people are like, I'm the law. I'm an officer of the law. Like I'm the man. Like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I don't think like that at all.
Retire, or you know what I'm saying? It's like,
and now you are just another dude walking around in Walmart.
I have nothing.
Nothing. Right.
That's
why a lot of these guys stay on 30 years or longer than what they should, need to, because take away the badge and that uniform and the importance of their existence. Yeah. And a lot of these guys can't handle the fact that they're just a regular person. Right?
Yeah.
So,
that's one thing. Also, another thing. So in that perspective, like I look at it as, I don't know this guy's financial needs and all that other stuff. So You know what I'm saying? Like, he's doing whatever he's got to do. Hope, you know, I wish them well. Like, I wish you wouldn't have to work as many years as you have to work, you know, to pay bills or have a lifestyle that they want to live. Like myself personally, I'm good with a simple life. Like, I live within my means. I get to enjoy, you know, the freedoms of going on vacation and doing what I want, because that's me. That's what I want.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, having that financial freedom is such a stress relief compared to other people, to where they put themselves in a sense of debt, like to fill a void or something like that. Being in law enforcement, having a brand new car every year, you know what I'm saying? I'm
whoa! I like my new cars that I get every couple of years. You know what I mean? What's that mean?
Well, I'm not talking about you. You're in a different category.
I thought everything was about me.
No, but that's for
a
you.
Hobby. But that's
what I'm saying. That's your hobby. Like, it's not like I need to have like the newest, brand new, like 2025, blah 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 blah.
No,
I don't need to have.
I like taking something from basic,
putting
stuff into it to where it turns into my own little unique project. You know what I mean?
Exactly. See, that is a hobby that you've had of probably like a calling before you've worked in law enforcement
it was
for years. You know what I'm saying?
Before I could even drive.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, you've had that, and you're still continuing that hobby.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And I'm grateful that our profession pays us enough that I can enjoy that.
Oh, absolutely. That's what I'm saying.
You can only enjoy stuff like that if the rest of your finances are in order.
Exactly.
Right? There's nothing worse and more embarrassing than a man whose house isn't in order, bills, finances, and all that, but you're out there buying toys for yourself and you know, doing that. You have to, in order to fully enjoy your hobbies, you have to make sure the important shit is taken care of.
Yeah, man.
Right? And fortunately for us, we work at a place where there's so much overtime. You can
write your own check, man. You can write your own check.
Work hard, play hard. Work hard, play hard.
That's exactly. You know, a buddy of mine, he is crushing it with overtime, like crazy. But he has off all of hunting season because that's what he loves doing, man.
That's what he loves doing, yeah.
He's like, I got October to December off because of this job.
So he builds it up for that.
Yeah.
It's the same thing as somebody like me who builds up the overtime to buy car parts.
Absolutely, man.
Right. You know what I mean?
You know, I save my money, go on vacation, do this, do something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have the opportunity to do that.
Did you just judge me just now?
No, that's your hobby.
Yeah. He basically said, he goes, and I save my money.
Well, you save your money for cars.
Yeah.
And
I don't save shit.
Maybe
I get it and I spend it.
But your finances are checked.
I have a reason for living like that, though.
Okay. Right? Tell me your reason.
When you suffer from a condition that, if you don't take care of yourself, could kill you, or when you've been faced with hospital visits and you know, scary times, you don't care about. You're living in small little
in the moment. You're living in the moment,
right? Because
which is
it could be taken from you just like that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So,
you know what I mean?
So that's another thing too. You have to enjoy life. You have to work to live, not live to work.
Survival.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'm doing this to enjoy living, man. Right. To enjoy the time that I'm not there. Yeah. But that's the hard thing, again, like for a lot of these new guys, men and women in the profession, to condition yourself and to turn that switch on and off. It's easy for me to say it.
Yeah.
But to actually live it and experience it and do it, that's totally different things. So one of the big things is to have a time to decompress.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that is the hardest thing in the world. You know, I've had relationships and friends that aren't in law enforcement and try to explain things to them, and they just don't comprehend it because they have not experienced that. And the only way for anyone to truly know what we do or have done, in a sense, is for someone to walk in our shoes of like working in law enforcement and or being on the other side of the law.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? For someone to really experience that in a sense and, get like, it's crazy, man.
Yeah.
It's definitely crazy.
Yeah, I hear you.
But the main thing, man, is our emotions drive us every day on a daily basis and how we feel and everything. And I want to touch base into the next part of this is taking care of yourself physically and emotionally at the same time. And that is taking time to decompress and making sure that you are getting out, getting fresh air and working out, man, on a daily basis.
Yeah.
Like,
that's for survival. They're doing it every day.
Yeah.
They are working out, eating good, and they're ready.
I wouldn't consider that good food, but they are eating.
It is better food than what we are eating because it has the exact nutrients that they need for a healthy body.
I eat pretty good, man. I don't know about you. I'm eating pretty good.
I'm just saying in general.
My money that you buy car parts, I put into food. I do, man. I really do.
I order from HelloFresh. You know what I mean? It comes ready for me already.
Don't talk fresh to me. So I got to tell you this, man. It's like, so for the people that don't work in law enforcement, that kind of want to know a little bit about it, is that we have dark humor. We live and survive on dark humor in a sense. So we constantly say some crazy, ridiculous, outlandish stuff.
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
And especially us guys, you know,
we say the most hurtful things to each other too.
The amount of gay stuff we say to each other is ridiculous. Like just me and you going back and forth. Like the first couple episodes that no one knows, law enforcement and all that stuff was like, are you gay? Like they asked me, are you gay?
Right.
And I said,
and that's fine if you are. I don't care.
I said, that's locker room talk.
It's locker room talk.
That's what I'm saying. They're like, oh, I get it now. I'm like, that's that. I mean, in sports, when I played sports in high school and stuff, it's locker room talk, man. Guys will talk insanely disrespectful towards each other. Oh yeah,
and say the worst shit possible with zero meaning behind it.
Oh, absolutely.
It's just like, I walk past some people in the hallway and I'm like, hey, what's up, fuckface? And they say the same shit, and it's the most degrading shit, and it was all love, right?
But that's the thing. So we are twisted and tormented in a sense to where if we're not coming at each other,
something's wrong.
There's something wrong. Like that person is outcast.
Right. Normal people can't understand that. Yeah, you normal people, imagine your interaction with somebody. If you're not cursing them out or saying something derogatory towards them,
horrible. Ridiculous.
Something's wrong. Like something's off. He didn't tell me to go fuck.
Yeah, why isn't he talking to me?
Right.
Like when we oust somebody in a sense, it's like we don't talk to him at all.
Right.
Or we talk professional to him. You know what I'm saying? That really gets him.
That gets him.
That really gets him, man. When you start talking professional, like, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Right.
And it's like, oh, hey,
like,
what up, faggot?
Yeah, something's wrong. Yeah.
Like, yo, why are you looking at me so hard? What do you
want to fuck me?
I'm not a meal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's It's like that stuff like that. It's like
and the ass grabbing between males is the same as ass slaps in sports. You got to be a part of that family to understand. The brotherhood and sisterhood. There's a bond that you would never understand unless you were working in that environment. Yeah. Right? Mm-hmm. And it's a love you would never understand unless you're in that environment, because you are constantly in fight or flight mode.
Yeah,
constantly trying to, like I said, figure different people out, different personalities.
So we're trying to break the ice by saying something crazy. You know what I'm saying? Ridiculous.
You know what is interesting is I'm amazed at how comfortable I am around violence. Like a normal person seeing some of the violence that we've seen, they would probably lose their mind.
Oh, absolutely, man.
Something tragic can happen right in front of me, and I'm completely comfortable in that moment.
Well, that's the thing, man. It's crazy in the environment that we work with and we see and deal with on a daily basis. Yeah. It's almost kind of like, you know, I don't know how to say this in a sense, but we all have an animalistic instinct or nature in us. You know what I'm saying? Like, back any one of us, any human person in a corner, they will fight for their life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? For survival. Like that is an instinct. Right. We all have that instinct inside of us. And that's how it is every day in a sense. You know what I'm saying?
Imagine having that in your stomach every single day.
Man, that's crazy.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like phalanges.
Yeah. That's why, I mean, every one of us, deserves a lot of respect. And there's something special about somebody that would put themselves in harm's way for a paycheck.
Yeah. But
for a paycheck. Right? Because none of us are doing this for the love of it. Right?
I don't know about you.
The fuck out of here, bro.
Oh, okay. Well, here's the thing. Well, maybe me personally.
Yeah.
Growing up, man, my uncle was lieutenant detective in the police department in my town, a small little town in, somewhere East Bumblefuck, New Jersey. We'll call it like that. I could tell you the name and no one would be like, what the fuck is that place? We're like, hey, man, whatever. Mm-hmm. But you know what I'm saying? Like, looking at him and like, man, like, wow, he's, sharp and clean cut and all this stuff in his uniform. And people look at that and respect that and all this stuff. And I'm like, man, that's amazing. And that's kind of like the first time I've had any type of, growing up dealing with law enforcement.
Yeah.
Like you have your father, man.
Right.
Like one of these days we will get him on here.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And what's crazy, I never used him for myself. Like I hardly ever brag about him. I don't ever have that mentality where my dad, da-da-da-da, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
He's a very humble, he's a humble man for the things that he's done in his profession of law enforcement. Let me
tell you this. I don't want to get too deep into your father's story because I want him to tell it himself. Yeah. But in high school, in wrestling high school, I was up in Central Jersey. Yes, there is a Central Jersey.
Yeah, there is.
I don't care what anyone says. Right. Central Jersey. That's where I grew up in.
It's like around Jackson, right?
A little bit above Jackson.
Okay, I'll just go fuck myself then. This guy, a geologist. Go ahead.
I think that's. I think it's cartography. I think it is.
Isn't it a geologist?
No, geologist is something. No, man. Fucking Google that right now. Pull out your fucking camera phone.
So this is what we said we're gonna do.
Come on, geologist. It's cartography. We're gonna
check it. Like
I think Jamie, cartography is
like
making
Jamie on Joe Rogan. How do you spell geologist? Hey Siri, how do you spell geologist? An expert in or student of geology.
What is geology now?
All right, hold on.
Come on, man.
Hey Siri, what is geology? Branch of nature science concerned with Earth.
What about cartography?
And other astronomical objects.
Astronomy.
I just said that. Astronomical.
Astronomical?
It's astronomical.
Anyway, let me tell you this. There was high school wrestling. My wrestling coach, he had talked about, there was like some type of like HBO special, something. And they talked about what your father did pretty much. They didn't, I don't think they, at the time, I couldn't remember if he said names or anything else like that, but he was like basically he was telling the story of your father in a sense that he had seen in some type of like, I don't want to say it was like Taxi Cab Confessions, but it was something along that lines of some type of documentary that had talked about your father.
Yeah, it might have been on 2020 with Barbara Walters.
That's it. That's exactly it. And he's like, yeah, blah, 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 blah. And he's like talking all this stuff, man. And then here I am now, many, many, many years later, I'm meeting and I'm working with the man's son.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's crazy, bro. Like, that's awesome. I'm like, like it's a small world in a sense, but yet it is so huge, bro. It's crazy.
I know. Is it weird? It's weird,
It's
right?
crazy, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And trying to fill those shoes was impossible, so I never tried. Right? I never wanted to. I never
filled
tried.
Your own shoes, man.
That's his story.
Yeah.
And in my eyes, there's no one better than that man. Than my dad.
Absolutely.
But we'll get into that when we we'll bring him on. People will get to meet him.
Oh man.
And
that's gonna be awesome.
You would think with his background and his career and things that he was a part of, you would think he would have an ego and he would be arrogant and he would have that type of mentality that we see people have that we work around.
Oh yeah, man.
You wouldn't even be able to tell that he was a part of law enforcement.
So let's touch on that just a little bit with the ego.
Yeah.
People puff their chests up, get loud, make themselves look intimidating and scary for an effect.
Right.
But the people that actually know their shit, that train, and have been in live situations and experiences, are just calm, cool, and collected. It's like, you want to yell? Well, you want to go ahead, man.
Yeah.
No, let's do it.
They're in control of the situation.
They think they are, but being explosive.
No. I mean, the quiet ones.
Oh, yes. The quiet guys. They're the ones that are calculating everything. I was
just about to say that. You ever see the movie Equalizer with Denzel?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. The first one, man, amazing.
Yeah. I love the first and second one. Third one could have went without. It wasn't bad, but it really wasn't needed. But those are the people that have it together. Right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Cool, calm, collective. And that cool, calm, collective type of attitude, it works perfectly when dealing with somebody who is blowing a gasket.
Oh, absolutely.
Right? So, and nothing's more embarrassing than seeing one of our people screaming and losing their shit.
Oh, yeah.
They lost.
Yeah.
They already lost.
Oh, absolutely, right? Man. Oh, and that's the thing, like, to touch on a little bit, the people that do yell and scream and all that stuff, we are being tested every day. Yeah. And that's the thing. Once someone pushes our button to the extreme to where we blow up, they know they won.
That's right.
That's it.
That's right.
Now they know what gets you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. People think it's the fight of violence is win or lose. No, it starts with the mental.
Oh,
right.
It's like
the violence. One of us failed if it turned to violence.
Oh, yeah.
Right. One of us lost our cool if it turned to violence.
Yeah.
That means you ran out of words.
Yeah.
To settle this with just a regular conversation. Mm-hmm. So your anger won't allow you to do anything else except lash out with violence.
Or it's that, I don't care. I'm the law.
Yeah, right.
What I say is what you do. And
they're the worst. They're the worst types of officers. The worst.
Unfortunately, yeah, man. But right. I mean, we do have those. It's like
they're everywhere, and they give a bad name to the rest of us.
Yes, right? I'd have to say, there are a few bad apples. Unfortunately, those bad rotten apples, they spoil the bunch. They spoil law enforcement in a sense, right. And that is what the public has seen. Yeah. Daily on a day-to-day basis, man, watching the news and all that stuff, all you hear is negativity, man.
And that's a shame, though, because somebody like myself who has had great interactions with people, right, that we deal with, and that work, it goes unnoticed, right? To be able to talk someone's violence off a ledge, you're in front of a person who is extremely violent, has a history of violence.
Absolutely,
that's all they
man.
know is violence, and their violence throughout their whole lives has given them what they wanted.
Absolutely.
To be able to talk them away from doing that,
Yeah.
that should get talked about more, right?
Yes, and that is something.
Unfortunately, it doesn't. The bad things that law enforcement officers do, that gets talked about.
Absolutely.
Nobody talks about all the people we talk off the ledge, right?
Exactly. That's the thing, man. It's like there's a stigmatism against, law enforcement in general and all that other stuff. Yeah. But again, a lot of people, I don't know, man, maybe it's just the general public just don't want to be ruled or governed or anything else like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like
they don't respect or acknowledge the good that law enforcement officers do.
Yeah.
Because most of them hate them.
Yeah.
So this goes into, we'll say it's the Trump effect, right? Not to get political.
Okay.
Trump, he could do something amazing, right?
Mm-hmm.
He could cure cancer. The people that hate him, and I mean deeply hate him, they're going to find something wrong with anything he does.
Absolutely.
Right?
He didn't cure fast enough, or
nothing he does.
He didn't
is
cure it
going
their
to
way.
Be,
Yeah.
He recently said this in a speech. Nothing I do is going to make you like me.
Well, that's
how people look at law enforcement. There's some people that hate law enforcement no matter what.
Absolutely.
And we have to deal with those types of people too.
So here's the thing let's get a little bit into this. Let's dabble into this. Hate.
Yeah.
Is it taught?
Yeah, absolutely.
Are people taught to hate?
I think people are taught, and then they also experience it.
Yeah, man. So yeah.
I don't know which one is more. I mean, if you're taught hate, that could change a person. If you experience hate from the same groups of people, you're going to look at all of them like they're the same.
Exactly. And that's where we have...
that sucks. That sucks.
What is that called? I can't think of the word right there, but that's... man.
You're pretty much stereotyping.
That's it. Yeah. Stereotyping.
I got
people.
it. I got the right word?
Yes.
That's because I'm smarter than you.
Well, nah, man, bro. I'm just...
Now, keep it going. Let's go. I promised myself I wouldn't bust on you as much. I'm keeping my promise.
Am I an easy target or something?
100%. I could eat you up right now with like 5 different things.
Well, why don't you? Buddy?
But I'm not going to do it. No.
Why not? See?
We're having a good... Don't derail me. We're having a good conversation.
Oh,
right?
I want to unleash you, man. I let the leash off. Come on, bro.
We're good right
now.
It's late. We're feeling good.
We did majority of the topic, man. I mean, now we're just kind of like, you want to just
we're going to
fool around a little bit?
Today we were talking about...
Want to fool around?
Today, this guy's out of control. Today, we talked about the survival part of it. And
the emotional survival part of law enforcement.
We're going to continue to touch on this field a lot more.
Absolutely, man.
And it would be cool to actually make this mostly about that type of lifestyle, because I feel like a lot of you guys could use these types of conversations.
Yeah, man.
To show that you're not alone. And we do deal with a lot of stuff, and maybe the things that we talk about can help these people get
absolutely
get through their bullshit. You know what I mean? Nothing's going to help you grow hair.
So
right? You're never going to get your hair back.
I don't want my hair back, man. Dude, it's gone.
But at least
I let it go.
At least these conversations can help people get themselves back to normal, right?
Yeah. Let me just say this.
Okay.
Huh?
Can't wait to hear it.
Look, I created this podcast for us, law enforcement, okay?
Mm-hmm.
To show a different side of us.
Yeah.
We are more than our badge.
Yes.
We are more than our job and our title and everything else like that. And we have so many amazing, talented, interesting people we work with.
Yeah.
Right next to us. Like you said, people hated you and didn't even know you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I bet you they know more about you now.
Since we started doing this, I've had a couple of those people pull me aside and actually tell me, man, I learned a lot about you and I was wrong about what I thought.
Yeah.
And, it sucks because a lot of years went by where they thought I was a certain type of person. And, it's a shame. They missed out on, I believe they missed out on great conversations they could have had with me. You know what I mean?
So let me play a little devil's advocate.
Yeah.
Okay. So people can look at this in two ways and say, hey, that's really them. Or, hey, they're in front of a camera and they're acting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, but that's up for them to decide. You know, does it really matter or not matter what their opinion is about me or not? Like, no, man, I in a sense, I don't care. I give you the respect. You give me the respect. That is the main thing in life. Yeah. Especially what we do is respect. Right. Respect you, who you are, and your individual. And whatever you think or care about and all that stuff, that's good, man. Just do your thing over there. I'm going to do my thing over here. And that's it. Like, I want to learn from you. You want to learn from me. Yeah, let's do that. I mean, I can learn something from anybody that is interested in teaching.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You could teach me so much about car stuff and, taking manifolds apart and engines and, putting all back to. Okay, you're not that kind of mechanic?
I'm not that type of mechanic. Yeah. Okay. Do you know how to change your own oil?
I just now lost huge amounts of respect for you.
No, there's a different type. That's a mechanic.
Oh, and what are you?
Yeah.
You're like an interior designer for a car?
No, there's mechanics, and then there's people who modify cars.
Oh,
I would look at myself as a person who tries to modify cars.
Oh, you try. Oh, I like that.
We try every day. There's things that I don't know about. I got to take my car this week to a shop to put a part on because I've reached my limit with this fucking part. And in order to keep my sanity, I folded, and I'd rather pay somebody than to stress myself out over a car part, right? Those are the things that I think about in my world, right? I'm letting a car part stress me out.
Yeah, man.
Can't do that. I'll just pay somebody, right?
Yeah.
You work all the overtime that we work. You could just pay somebody,
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Absolutely,
you can pay somebody for something that you want, right? Yeah, what do you want? What do you want?
What do I want?
Yeah. Name one thing that you want right now. Nothing stupid like world peace. Some shit like that. More tattoo work.
I want to finish my tattoo, man. I want to finish that.
I love it.
It's bright and colorful and outrageous and all
with all the money. With all the money,
that's
what
I'm saying. Yeah,
I do that. It.
Also, man, I want to travel. That's what I want.
Yeah.
Like, and I could do those things. I have plenty of time. I have plenty of time to spend with so right now in my life here. I don't want to get a little too dark here in a sense, but time is running out. You know what I'm saying? Time is running out.
Time's running out the moment you're born. Right?
So
I want you to change that mentality. Don't think about time running out.
All right.
Don't think about time running out.
Look, let's
because now you're on the clock with your life.
Let's have a little time. Let's have a little fun with this. Just a little bit. Towards the end, we've had our main meat and potatoes, topic discussion.
Give me my dessert.
So, I feel like time is flying. The older I get, the faster time goes, right? Yeah. Except when I'm at the gym and I have to do wall sits. Those 30 seconds feel like eternity. Now, either one of two things. Either Connor is not really paying attention to the time. Hasn't started his stopwatch. And I'm sitting there suffering longer than 30 seconds.
Well, if he's a personal trainer, he's lying to you every time he tells you how much more time you have, bro. They give you, let's just say you're going to do burnouts for 30 seconds. They want you to crush that goal and go even further.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Right. So, but he's doing this on purpose to make me better, stronger, faster.
Right.
More physically fit and everything. So that's the thing. Like that, the mind, body, and soul connection. Is the main thing, and that's one of the things that if anybody takes anything from this episode, which we're going to have more, is to have those connections with yourself, man. You really got to do deep dive with yourself. Now, that's going to take some time and work. Not everyone is really going to get it at first and all that stuff. I can't tell you. I can't show you. I could only tell you and show you the experiences for myself, what I've done for myself, and maybe you could take that for you and build off of that. But that mind, body, and spiritual, emotional connection, you need to get that in check. You need to get that in balance. And that is going to make you feel better. When one of those things is out of whack, that's when everything's out of whack, in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Boom. What do we got here, man?
I got nothing.
Got anything else, man? Like I could keep going.
No, I know. I got this burst of energy. But you know, we gotta save.
We're gonna save more, man. But this is what I've been wanting to get to for a long time, but it took a while for me to get it to where it needs to be, like this conversation, this real talk we've had tonight. Right. And I want to have more real talk with everyone out there, man, especially the audience there, especially the people that have been asking me questions about what I do and all this other stuff, man. It, like I said, it is definitely hard to explain it to you. But I mean, the things that we've seen and we've felt and we've dealt with, like we've held on to that with ourselves and we bring it home with us in a sense. Yeah. It's hard to decompress, man. That's one of the biggest things is to decompress from the trauma that we've experienced on a daily basis, man. We are being traumatized in a sense every day. Yeah. Of shit, man. Of shit. Straight shit.
Yeah.
That's it. There's nothing more to say it.
Literally shit.
Literally, figuratively, and actually human feces. Not saying that.
I deal with that a lot more than you do. I deal with that way more than you do.
No. You want to have stories here, man? You want to have stories? Like, where I worked before, when I first started, man. Look, guys.
Nothing tops.
Okay, here.
Nothing tops.
Here. Go ahead. Share your story.
I'm just saying nothing tops an inmate rolling up poop, throwing it under their door at an angle that is so perfect that they mathematically figured out what angle they needed to throw that rolled up piece of poop under the door so that I can travel 50 feet down the hallway. Okay? Multiple poop balls.
Oh, yeah, man.
Thrown under, like Tom Brady style throwing, bro. Like Super Bowl on the line, making those throws. To where I witnessed it flying from under the door and traveling down the hallway. Yeah. That's the most impressive shit that I've ever seen.
Okay. Well, here's my shit story now.
Now, imagine going home and explaining that to family.
No.
Or at Thanksgiving dinner. So what did you do at work today? It's funny you should ask. It's funny you should ask, Grandma, what I did at work today.
I had a shitty day today.
Yeah. While everyone's enjoying their Thanksgiving dinner, right? This guy's talking about how many accounts he closed in his firm. This guy's talking about, being a chef. Then it comes around the table. So what Ronnie did this week at work.
Yeah, come on, Ronnie.
And I say, well, Grandma,
I had a shitty day.
I watched a grown man roll up a ball of shit and strategically throw it under his door. Nobody wants to hear that. They're not ready to hear that. No. Right?
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Nowhere is that story okay to just bring up to somebody.
Okay, come on.
You know what I mean?
All right.
Yeah.
So that's what you got? Look, now let me tell you my shit story. Dude, where I've worked, this guy would take the shit and wipe it on his face like war paint.
War paint, yeah.
It was William Wallace in that cell.
Mel Gibson.
And he had war paint.
War paint.
And he's like, come and get me.
Think about that for a second.
Now, I have to
go in there and
to go in there and wrestle this naked man covered in his own shit.
Right.
Okay. And secure him.
Yes.
And get him cleaned up. Like,
right.
I have to do that. I have to
you have
get
to realize,
a grown-ass man.
Yes.
And clean up his own shit that he
right.
covered on his face.
Right.
Because he is fucking crazy.
And in that moment, you think about, I should have been a fireman.
Aren't firemen gay?
I don't know. Everyone's gay, bro.
Dude, they do all these
happy.
They do all these posters, bro. All I see is fireman posters.
I plan on doing a law enforcement poster. This year is my goal.
Okay. Now, man, we've gone so far off the rails here with the shit talk, bro.
It's fine, bro. Yeah, like.
But I want to tell you right now.
Yeah.
So since I've had my week off for my birthday, and I've got a little motivated, I watched a few podcasts, man, and all this other stuff. And not only that, last episode we had Lewis on here, man. Mm-hmm. That man, let me tell you, real talk, that man right there is amazing. Lewis, he is such a beautiful soul, man.
I say it all the time.
Like,
I love that dude.
Like having him in my life where I could reach and talk to him on a daily basis, man.
I said, bro. What is it called? A national treasure.
I don't know about what you're saying right there, man. I have no idea what you're saying. You're losing me.
A national treasure.
All I got to say is he's more than that. Dude, he is.
So you're going to continue to one-up me on what he is?
Dude, all I got to say is when I met him.
You wanted to fuck him?
Maybe not when I first met him, but now he is one of the sexiest men at work.
Let it out, bro.
All I got to say.
I knew this was coming eventually.
All I got to say is he has a family and he lost so much weight. He is in such amazing shape right now.
Yeah.
Like, I look at him and I look at myself. I'm like, this man has a wife and kids, and he was able to lose all this weight and become so amazing. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, I looked at that and I looked at myself and I'm like, what am I doing, man?
Bro, he's like, determined. He's one of the most determined.
Well, that's what I'm
people.
saying. Like, what am I doing? I'm like, I'm failing at this.
When he sets his mind to something, Lewis, he accomplishes that goal, bro.
I know, man.
And it's inspiring as hell.
Oh, man. That's why I had him on the show, and I want to keep having him on the show, and he will be on the show. Now, he's not here tonight because he does have obligations and stuff.
Yeah, no. And
you know what I'm saying? Like, and he
is the show.
He is.
It's just sometimes I won't be here. Sometimes he won't be here. You know, it is what it is.
Yes, exactly. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? But like, man, I'm getting goosebumps just like talking about this guy.
I love that dude.
I'm really like thinking about bromancing. Like, I'm in full love with this guy.
You know, there was a moment where there was some people who really did him dirty.
Yeah.
And
I know. Yeah, man.
I felt his pain and I was angry with him. I was angry for him. I was angry at those people.
Yeah.
Because I said, and I think I may have said this to him, they took a little light from him.
Oh, they did. Yeah. Oh,
and that angered me because this guy, man. He is the light, bro.
Oh,
like,
absolutely,
how many times has he called you and put you in a good mood?
Oh, bro.
Within seconds of him either entering the room or calling you.
Yeah, man.
Anytime he is there, he is a light, bro. And,
oh, man.
You know,
yeah, whenever I see him, man, I hug him. And that's the thing. Like, when I hug him, man, in a sense, I'm a little bit selfish because I steal some of his sunshine, man. His light, like I get a little of that transfer, that goodness, man, and that's fucking makes me feel amazing, bro.
I wish there was more people like that. Right? That's why I said it's called a national treasure.
Man. he's more than that, man. But he is amazing.
What do you got against National Treasure, bro? I said that 3 times already, and you keep
I
shutting
don't
it
know.
down.
I keep thinking about
It's the highest thing, like that. The
When you
National
say-
Treasure.
when you say National Treasure, all I think is what's his name?
Cage.
Nicolas Cage.
I love Nicolas Cage. So does Freddie. Freddie loves Nicolas Cage.
I love Freddie too, man. And without Freddie, without
Yeah.
you and Freddie and a bunch of people, man, I would have never had this thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you and Freddie, man, and like, man, you guys really made this thing. Like I had a dream, I had a thought, and
I was talking about Fredericks. Fredericks likes Nicolas Cage, but I do miss Freddie. There's 2 Freddies, right?
Okay. Yes. No, I got you. Yes. Fredericks. Right. Yeah. Chris, he was on the show before, man. He's another guy, man.
It's the
he's
first
amazing,
name, last
bro.
name thing. Everyone's by their last name with me, right?
Yeah, I know. Because that's what we do in work.
I don't even know half of these guys' first names, right? And I've worked with them for years.
Oh, man.
You can see somebody every day in our profession, work with them for years, and never know their first name.
Yeah.
I didn't know his name was Chris until just now. And I've known him for 15 years, bro.
Oh, man.
Oh, that's great.
Anyway. I think we did really good today, man.
Yeah, we're good. I'm gonna go home.
I know, man.
Light one up.
Yeah.
Relax.
Good for you, man.
Play some State of Decay.
2. State of Decay 2. No. Me, man, like, you know, it's time for me to wind down all that stuff and, you know, get to bed. I got to wake up and go to the gym tomorrow, man. Every day I've been going since February 27th, man.
So I understand. You told me that the other day. You wouldn't shut up about it. I get it. April is my birthday month.
Oh, yeah.
Your birthday was in March?
I just had it in February.
In February?
22nd.
Happy birthday. So
you're not my friend.
in April, it's my birthday, which is more important because I'm going to be 45.
Bro.
Right? I know. It's crazy. It's hard to believe because I look so amazing. But
you do.
I plan on beating you in April.
Exactly. So here's the thing.
As far as the amount of times I'm going to the gym in April.
Exactly. Here's the thing.
Right.
Ronnie and myself, I've talked about this. There is Mike. I had Mike Colazzo on the show. He's the owner of Anytime Fitness here in Atlantic County. And, you know, what he does every month is he posts pictures of people of checking into the gym. And some people have, you know, some people every day. Yeah. Some people twice a day. See, that's the thing. Like Connor.
They're the old people. They're the old people.
So here's the thing. This is what Connor said to me.
No.
Because I told Connor about this.
Just wave your finger in my face? No.
No. Well, you're over there, so it's not really your face, but.
That list, the people that are at the top that go 3-4 times in one day, they're old people.
Yes. I get it. So.
Good for them, though. They're still alive. You know what I mean?
Well, they're still doing it. They're actually doing more than me and you. Like, how do you feel about that?
They don't have a job to go to, bro.
I get it. I get it, man. Look, right? I do get that. But at the same time,
if I'm retired and I have nothing else going on for myself,
I'm going to the gym 3 times a day.
I'm gonna hang out at the gym looking at some, you know, fat asses and some women when I'm in my 70s. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right.
Why wouldn't I be at the gym all day, every day, multiple times a day? Right?
Yeah. You're right. You know what I mean? Connor. So I've been going every day since the 27th. It's now, we're going to say, well, now it's the 7th because, you know, so, but I haven't gone today, but this will count it as the 7th day of March once I go today. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to go every day. There's going to be a couple days I'm going to be missing because I do have a few things going on that I know I'm not going to be able to make it. I'm going to do the best I can to do it, but you know what I'm saying? And so I'm going to do my best to make that list. You know, so it's hard over here in Galloway because people are crazy, man, over here in Galloway.
No excuses. No excuses.
Exactly. No excuse. I have no excuse. So I need to make it. Like I look at Lewis and I'm like, man, there's no excuse for me.
No excuse.
I got no kids.
Right. Yeah.
So
Same thing
I'm
with me.
doing it every day.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Invest in yourself.
And that's the thing. Everyone needs to take time out for themselves to better themselves in a way of, reading a book, working out, like, get it done, man. Just get it done and get on with your day and all that stuff.
I can't read.
Okay.
No, I mean, like, I can't sit down and read a book.
You read my shirt.
No, I mean, like, I can read, bro. Meaning, like, I can't read.
Oh, man.
I've made it this far without being able to read. No, I mean, like,
you have to read the application.
I can't read. I can't read like a book.
Well, you need to find a book. You need to find a book that will interest you. Like,
Yeah.
I think we talked about this. Didn't you read the Mike Tyson book?
No, it wasn't.
Or that was someone else.
Yeah, it wasn't me.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But wouldn't that like?
Yeah, I do find myself reading about, planets and stars and stuff like that, articles. But to actually dive
Sit
into
down and read a book.
I'd have to really figure out what I would be into to keep my attention.
Yeah.
Because my attention span is all over the place. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
No, I got you, man. No, you're absolutely right about that. But oh man.
So yeah.
So we're going to wrap this up today, man. We're going to wrap this up. We had some really good real talk, man. I know there's a lot of people out there that are, man, they're going to listen to this and they're going to be like, wow, this is like,
yeah,
it's crazy, man. So, but we're going to keep this going, man, with this real talk. We're going to keep checking. This is why I have bro check and all that other stuff, because us in law enforcement and all that, first responders all together, it's very stressful and depressing and all that stuff. And that's why we got to check up on each other, man, and make sure we're doing all right, because you never know, man. Someone could be going through something and they could be over their limit.
Yeah.
All it takes is just a simple text message like, hey, man, how you doing? Just checking on you.
Yeah.
See what's going on, man. So anyone that's listening to this or watching this, man, reach out to that family, friend, all that stuff you haven't heard in a long time, man. You never know what kind of, that would spark from that. So,
right. Yeah.
But, yeah, man. Got anything else?
No. Got a lot of good stuff coming. Some good content.
Yeah, man. See,
it's only going to grow from there. We're still, look, I don't care about the views. I don't care about making money or any of that stuff, right?
No, this is for me. This is me decompressing.
Yeah, this is more of a therapeutic thing. I'm not big on numbers.
No.
I don't care if you have a bunch of Instagram followers or how did you get them. Or I'm happy for people. I'm proud of them for their whatever. But to me, it's bigger than that. I don't really care what a bunch of strangers think. It's the people
why
that I talk to on here and that listen.
Yeah.
Maybe it can help them in a certain way.
Yeah.
Right.
Hopefully someone could get something out of anything, man. If you just open your mind.
Don't get anything negative out of it. Don't go into it or watching one of these episodes. And, if you go into it thinking negatively about either one of us or Lewis or anybody that we have on here, you're going to think negative no matter what. Right.
Absolutely.
It's so, have a positive outlook on the things that we're trying to do. And if it interests you, drop a like.
Come on the show, man.
Share it. Come on the show.
Come on the show.
Right. Yeah.
Everyone, and anyone is welcome to be on the show, man. Like, tell me your story. That's what I really want to know. Like, I'm interested in people.
Yeah.
And their story and their background and all that stuff. Like, it's so crazy that each and individual person is the main character in their own story.
Yeah.
I want to know your story, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is my story, and I want to know. I just want to hear people's story, man, because I'm interested in people, period. That's it.
That's all we got.
That's it, man. Well, hopefully you enjoyed the show. Please drop a comment, a like, subscribe, man, if you want to or not. I mean, hopefully you got something out of this. Hopefully you stayed this long or, skip through it. Don't matter. But I want to say thank you very much. Thank you, Ronnie. Thank you, Freddie and Lewis and everyone out there, man, in this world that's made me a better person today. So,
yeah.
Thank you very much. Have a great day.